So here's the thing. 100K is not that much money.
Yeah.
Right? I get one client that is almost 10K. Like, I'm almost there, right? And so if I get one client a month, I'm making 70 something K a year.
Yeah.
Right? And so if I get
because you charge, so you're saying, okay, how much do you charge per client?
6 to 7 right now.
Okay.
I'm upping my price. But yeah, and so that's around 70K a year, right? And so if I can double that, 2 clients a month, then I'm at 140K, right? And then I get 4 clients a month, I'm already past, like I'm already at 400K.
Yeah.
I'm like $500,000.
Yeah.
And so it's just like scaling a business up to a certain point, like 100K is not that much money.
And then once you're at that point, you're able to scale way more.
It's like the mental block of thinking, oh, 100K is a lot. Or the mental block of 500K is a lot. The mental block of $1 million is a lot, right? But then like once we actually hit that or we passed it, we have to, in our minds, understand, hey, this is totally attainable for a person like me.
Yeah.
Because the block isn't the actual money itself. The block is
it's in the mind, bro. It's in the mind.
Yeah, to recognize that, oh, I have the ability to actually get here.
Yeah.
So that's like where the actual block is.
Bro, can I ask you personally, because, and this is like, obviously I can, like there's no pressure, like I can cut this, but there's a lot of people that have mindsets out there that think that rich people or people that make a lot of money or people that do stuff, you know, you can't get rich unless you're unethical. You got to be cutting corners, you know, like you got to be like, what would you say to that?
That's not true at all. I think some ways to make easy money can be unethical, but if you are in it for the long haul and you're actually trying to make money long term, because the scammy stuff and the stuff that hurts people will figure it out. The internet is around. You can't scam people for long anymore.
Yeah.
And so if you do, let's say you make a lot of money, 10, 20 mil, right? From scamming people. That's all you're going to make forever.
Yeah.
Like your business is going to get shut
Your
down.
reputation is destroyed.
That, but you're going to get chased by the law.
Yeah.
Right? But if you take the time to build something up, it's going to take a little bit more time maybe, depending on like how well you know systems and processes to making money. But then at the end of the day, you built something that you're passionate about, you built something that helps people, and you built something that excites you. So that's what you're gonna do long term. And so at the end of the day, like if you're doing something that you love, it definitely helps people and you can provide value to others. At the end of the day, you can make unlimited amount of money as long as it's something that people are willing to pay for.
So why do you personally want to, essentially why are you in the business model that you're in? What is the purpose of it? A lot of people say, oh, like he's only in it for the money. I mean, obviously, like I don't have these beliefs. Part of the reason I'm trying to like share this is because there's a lot of people with those limiting beliefs, and I've at one point had those beliefs. So I just want your perspective on that.
On what specifically?
I guess like why are you in this like particular business model?
Coaching?
Yeah. Also like why?
Coaching is going to be temporary for now. I mean, ultimately, coaching is a direct way that I can help people, and like what I've wanted to do is just help people like directly one-on-one.
Yeah.
But in the future, I want to scale it up to help more people in the future, right? And so right now, I'm temporarily coaching one-on-one, and I'm coaching like people personally, but eventually I want to scale up. I want to do events. I want to speak. I want to build courses. I want to sell books, right? And ultimately that's going to help a lot more people rather than me taking time one-on-one with each individual person.
You're able to take your skills, essentially what you're saying is you're able to take your skills, you're able to hire, like it's an asymmetrical return on your investment in terms of your time.
Right now it's fine because this is the business model that
you're trading basically your time for money, kind of.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it right now because I'm building the skill set that I need. This is necessary for my growth as a person, as a coach.
Right.
So like what I'm learning through the process of helping people is going to help me build the systems that I use for the future, right? And so at the end of the day, this is a learning experience because of the coaching one-on-one. I get like practical understanding of like, okay, how did I help people? What systems do they need? And then when I build out the programs and systems later, then I can apply that to everyone because if I'm being honest, most people ask the same questions when they're asking for help. Like, how do I feel better? How do I feel more passionate? How do I find purpose? How do I be happy? And a lot of the times I'm answering the same questions over and over again. And so all I need to do is just package that in a way that more people can access it because not everyone has the money to pay for my services. And so I want to give it to the masses more, and that's how I can help more people. But again, like that, responsibility and their accountability goes on the people and not me, which makes it harder to make the changes though too.
Right. So it's like the people get the information and then they can choose whether or not they want to implement it.
And a lot of people don't actually implement. That's like the problem with this sort of stuff. So.
And so that's something that I've noticed as well, because like you and I have both paid for like courses
and coaches.
You and I have both paid for coaches.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't say I have paid for like consulting. So technically, yeah, that's true. We both paid for that stuff. And I think a common misconception that a lot of people will have when they're kind of like starting out, that is amazing. When they're starting out and when they're kind of like, taking these like coaching calls, maybe the first time paying for a course, they get on, they kind of check it out. They're like, oh, this is a scam, didn't work. I just wasted however many hundred or thousands of dollars. I have personal opinions on that where I believe that that's not true. I believe it's like your ability to implement those things, and I think you'd share the same kind of opinions on that.
Can I say something real quick?
100%, bro.
Yeah, so the coaching depends on, are they reputable? Are they good? Do they have the information that you need for the part of the journey that you're in? A lot of people will invest in something that they're not ready for. First, build the foundation. Once you have the foundational knowledge, then you can build on top of that, and then you can scale. But you can't pay someone that's 10 steps ahead of you to teach you the foundation, because their information is going to be too much. You can't apply it yet.
Yeah. So it's like they're way too up in the sauce. They're way too like they're talking about all like the weird like woo-woo stuff. It's like you need someone who's like a few steps ahead of you to help you.
But closer to where you are.
Exactly.
So like where your level is, a couple steps ahead maybe.
Yeah.
Then you gain the information, build the systems in, and then put that in. And then when you're ready to scale to the next level, get the next level coach.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like you have to choose the right coach. A lot of people don't choose the right person.
Right.
And so, and a lot of people don't actually know what they're doing, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
90% of coaches probably aren't that good, right? And also 90% of therapists are not that good. Like most people don't succeed in what they do, right?
I would say, okay, that's in my personal opinions, I would say it depends on the country, because obviously you come from like the US, I'm in Canada, so I think it does depend on
RNG is a big part of it, right? Like the country that you grow up in is the opportunity that you have. Thankfully, I grew up in the US, you grew up in Canada, land of the free, the
maple syrup.
Yeah, maple syrup. You can achieve anything you want. It's just like you have to do it by the book, by the law, and do it in a respectful way. Because that reflects on who you are. If you do bad things, you're gonna feel like a bad person. So I don't believe that your situation has to be your end.
Yeah.
Because like even if you're like a farmer in a country that has like not that many cities, find the biggest city that you can, scale up, find the next biggest city, scale up.
Yeah.
It's by taking those small
You're
steps.
taking basically like leapfrogging from
you're taking what you have
lily
right
pad
now.
to lily pad, like opportunity to opportunity.
You're taking what you have right now, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
People trade paper clips to houses.
Yeah.
Right? Take what you have right now, find someone that finds value or is charitable enough to help you.
Yeah.
Because there's people that are really, really kind-hearted, that are willing to go out of their way to help you.
And I find from my personal experience, it's usually the people that have kind of a similar mindset as to kind of like that go-getter.
Rich people are some of the nicest people because they've struggled. They know how hard it is to build the thing that you want.
Yeah.
And so if they see someone that has the same mentality, you're instantly connected like brothers.
Yeah.
Like
and it's not about the amount of money in your bank account, it's about the mindset in your brain.
It's the mindset and what you bring to the table value-wise.
Yeah.
If you can find a rich person in a city that you walked your ass to, and you'd be like, I will do literally anything for you, whatever it takes to like learn from you to be successful.
Yeah.
Like I will literally be your best worker. I will work nonstop. You think a guy's gonna say no to that? No, it's so hard to find employees that will do whatever you want, anytime you want, to give you all.
Well, especially nowadays too. Yeah,
sure.
like it would suck, but especially nowadays too. Like
but it's still the opportunity.
It's differentiating you between basically everybody else, right?
Yeah, but when you differentiate yourself, they'll prioritize you. They'll give you the information. They'll give you the knowledge. They'll appreciate and respect you because of your work ethic, because of what you stand for. Right? People respect that, and so then the things that you learn from them, you can use that to scale leapfrog next. It's all about learning from the people that are around you that have it better than you.
Yeah.
And then, just like you said, jump frog and leapfrogging, right? The only cap that exists is you capping yourself, regardless of where you start.
Oh, no cap.
No cap. Here, give me fingers. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
No, that's interesting, bro.
And so with everything that I say, I think the biggest thing is to recognize that it is easier to say things than actually do it.
Yeah.
Because the actual change of the mindset is subconscious, and it doesn't actually come from your conscious mind.
You basically just kind of have to, I freaking hate turning this camera on. You basically have to like brainwash yourself to start like believing these things. Spam books on it, spam business books.
I mean, not even just that, but just literally saying the thing that you want enough times to where you actually start believing it.
Or like visualizing,
but
self-suggestion.
Also taking the action too.
Yeah.
Like you have to take the action and you have to say what you believe and say the things that you want, because eventually it will come true as long as you keep taking the action. So you just have to reinforce it. Yeah.
You know how we can take action right now?
How?
Mukbang.
Bro, I'm so hungry. We're getting food.